Hello, everyone. How are we? Welcome. Hope everyone's well. Hope you had a nice weekend. Anybody get up to anything interesting? Any family events over the weekend? Any I don't know, any work related things, or I mean, surely, like, people have obviously done gardening or something, or maybe they went and watched something on the telly. Did you watch something on the telly over the weekend? I don't know. Did for example, did Netflix have something on? Maybe Netflix is popular with a lot of people, isn't it? I tell you what else is popular. Sky Sports is popular. Hospital with the White Fox law. Okay, well that is interesting. Doesn't quite link in. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe Brian Brobby has ruined your wife's weekend as well. Of course, only ruined your wife's weekend if she's a Newcastle fan. If not, Brian Brobby is one of the greatest people to walk amongst this planet, and I will not hear a word said about it. He is incredible. Newcastle United, by the way. I have to say, I have to put it out there before we get any further. 6 easy points, they said. Do you know what? They were right. It was 6 easy points. Not for them, though. I mean, they didn't do a great job, did they, at the whole winning football matches. But hey, as long as Anthony Gordon thinks that they're better, what they need to do is look at the results to realise that they're not, and also the league positions as well. And what I also found really interesting was that nobody from Man City celebrated winning the Energy Drink Cup as well. So maybe it's not even a real trophy after all. Who would have thought? So yeah, this is where we are. Alice, just to fill you in very quickly, Sunderland beat Newcastle again in the derby on Sunday. We didn't need an own goal this time. They even brought Voltemada off so he couldn't score for them. We even gave them a goal head start. Do you know what I mean? Well, do you know what? Luke O'Nien, you go and give them a goal head start, right? Because you're the sort of person who can create chaos. And we did. We let them have a little play about first of all. And then after that, we went, oh, you lot are just shite. We might as well just win now. And yeah, we did that instead. So there you go. That's where we are. So never mind. But not poor Newcastle. Poor Eddie Howe. He's not allowed to spend money apparently. Boo, boo. I'm Eddie Howe. Boo. My murderous overlords can't bankroll my sports watching project. I mean, they can, but you just spent your money badly in it. But no horses were injured in the making of today's intro. As Mrs. J says, am I making friends on the internet again? I think some people have decided not to come and join us on the internet, Mrs. J. And I'm pretty sure I can make a quick prediction as to which football fans they are. I don't think we'll have too many Newcastle fans in tonight, to be honest. Let's have a relegation party for Spurs. I mean, it'll happen. We'll use Geordie tears and Spurs tears to mop up today's stream. And Arsenal have once again done an Arsenal. Let's have a little look over here, shall we? David Clark is in. You're a Newcastle fan and you were the better team. I mean, yes, obviously, clearly, very, very clearly. I love that. Mrs. J's just sent me this, right? Your sponsored ads are on point. It says here, healthy bums start with Pampers. So, there you go. Oh, sorry, Huggies, sorry. There you go. Helps protect against the cause of irritation. Well, no one's going to irritate anybody more than me. Thank you very much. For I will be annoying people for all of the evening. But yes, Welcome in, David. Welcome in. We did want it more because apparently you lot didn't care too much by all accounts. Weird, given the fact that you lined the streets for us to turn up. Didn't do that for Barcelona, did you? No. But that's why Barcelona smashed you 8-2. Or was it still 7-2? Or 7-2? It was only 7-2, wasn't it? Oliver Coffey over on YouTube. Hello, my laptop has crashed. I've lost my Darlington save. I've started again. It's a nightmare. Honestly, Oliver. I have my Darlington save here, and I feel like I should restart it as well. Because we actually lost a couple of games. Interestingly, we lost 2-1 on the last match. Against Gateshead, which is a bit of a worry, to be honest, because I was thinking this is going to be good. I thought this little sort of low block counter-attacking system I've got is going to be fine, but lost 2 games, so I think it's time to throw everything out into the street and start again. Mrs. J, let him tire himself out. He's like a small child. He'll calm down in 5 minutes. Oh, Mrs. J, you know this isn't true, right? I have spent all day drinking Geordie tears. Oh, it's been so good. Honestly, you know the Stan Marsh gif, Stan Marsh's dad, where he's in front of the computer covered in himself. I've been like that. It's been awesome. Absolutely awesome. Also, I thought we didn't talk about real football. Is that when it's true and your team is shit? Let's talk about Liverpool then if we're talking about shit football teams, shall we? Here's Tristan. Hello, Tristan. Happy 29 months, my friend. Tristan is on a 2-1-month streak. Oh, wait, no, a 21-month streak. Sorry. The reluctant subscription. It's the title of my 3rd album. Welcome in, my friend. How was your weekend, Tristan? Was it pleasant? Alice has said, I pipped Newcastle to promotion with Durham women, so I'll join in the Newcastle hate. I love this. Even Alice is getting on board as well. And she doesn't do real football. She just doesn't have a thing at all. She's like, nah, not having it. But yes, there you go. You've beaten Durham. Durham's the way to go. Durham's the real team in the Northeast. TJ's gone full on prick. Oh, Dan, you ain't seen nothing yet. TJ's on the sunny delight, says Kevin. Crayman in on the prime as well. Thank you, Crayman. Very, very kind indeed. David says, did think our fans were stupid for what they did. There is no need for the way that some fans went on. Yeah, true. I've said a lot. I hate the derby. I hate the build-up. I hate all the nonsense that surrounds with it. I hate the feeling that's attached to it. Like, if it makes sense, I hate the hatred. Because there is tension. That's it, Dave. Yeah, tension. It gets you in your stomach, right? And there's just something that is indescribable about it. I've not gone full kit. Ruscio, I've got football boots on as well. Mrs. J won't let me wear them in the house. But yeah, I hate the derby, and I hate that everyone gets wrapped up in it. Because all rational thought and conversation just goes out the window with the derby, really. And I found myself like, and I'll be honest, right? I can't talk subjectively, objectively about it. I mean, we'll try and address Anthony Gordon's thoughts in a second, and I'll be subjective or objective about that. There's everything is like, obviously, is tinged with bias, but yeah, I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we had another one to, another derby that they've not won. Another list of excuses, for the richest team in the world about how they can't compete because the rules won't let them spend all of their billions of oil money and blood money and murder dollars. It's not fair, well, boo-hoo-hoo. I mean, they did still spend 270, nearly 280, nearly 300 million pound in the summer. I mean, it was on shite, obviously. That's the problem. Like, right, Elanga. Here's the thing, right? Anthony Elanga was what, 50 million quid or something? That's a lot of money on a player who's not very good. Visser, a lot of money on a player that's not very good. And they can argue about, oh yeah, we were, held to ransom and that, and, Isak's transfer, took so long and therefore they were backed into a corner. You could have seen that coming. You spent 45 million quid on Aaron Ramsdale in goal. We spent about 9 million quid on Robin Roofs. Just saying, there's value out there. You just have to look for it. Sunderland spent less than 200 million quid and ended up with a better team. Yeah. Oxlow, if teams know you've got money, they'll charge you more for players. Exactly. We've seen this before. Sunderland's team didn't cost as much as Voltemada and Alanga put together. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Robbie cost 17 million quid. Yeah. Xhaka was 20 million quid, I think. 25 million quid. We're above Newcastle. We've been above Newcastle most of the season, to be honest. There's been about 3 weeks, I think, possibly max, that Newcastle have been above us. But of course, we were expected to go straight down, even by our own standards, straight down. So it's all been a bit of a surprise for us, to be honest. Voltemada was a panic buy. Possibly. I just don't think he fits the system. I don't think he fits Newcastle's system. I think he would fit. I think he'd be good in a 2. I don't see why he's been moved into midfield. That doesn't seem to work, really. And I'll absolutely laugh away. I would take Voltemada at Sunderland, but we wouldn't play him up front on his own. Because he can't play up front on his own, really. But he started really well. He scored loads of goals, and then it just started to chip away. And then, obviously, when he scored at the Stadium of Light, it was this is just, you could just see that he's crushed, and everything he did was wrong. Red and white Christmas tree, he's not, you can just see his head's just gone. Doesn't want to be there. Based on the first game, I heard he'd be good in red and white, says MCG. Exactly. Colliver, Ollie says, Eddie Howe's a good manager, but even the best managers are capable of signing flops, which Eddie has this year. Yeah. Agreed. He's bought really bad players, and every manager's bought bad players as well. History is littered with terrible purchases. Mourinho has bought bad players. Carlo Ancelotti has bought bad players. Those managers then don't say that the rules won't let them spend money, though. Those managers will front up and just say, we bought crap. Or they'll ship those players out before you even work it out. Wenger bought loads of bad players, but he also bought loads of really good players. And that's the thing. I don't know, who's Howe bought that is great or unknown. Everyone talks about this left back. What's he called? The left back you've got. Apparently the greatest left back of all time. Now, I'll be honest, I only watch Newcastle twice a season, the derby, right? He's had 2 bad matches, so I don't know what this player is, but he's been done by Enzo Lafay. He's been megged twice. Big Dan Byrne, he's really tall and he's from Blythe. Yeah, great. First derby, he goes off with broken ribs. Second derby, he gets megged for the winner. Double megs, actually. Double megs in the box in the 90th minute. That's quite cool, quite good actually, isn't it? Double megs. But he's really tall. Yeah, good. And big hard Joe Linton. Didn't see him. He cheered for a corner. He did cheer for a corner. And what? Right. And here's a question as well. I've got here. This is a genuine question with sincerity. What is Anthony Gordon? What is he? Because he's not a centre forward. He's not a number 9. He doesn't strike me as having the pace for a wide player. And he's not technical enough for a 10. So where does he go? David's saying wing. He's not got the pace for a winger though, has he? And can he cross? I don't know. Do players even cross the ball anymore now if they're on the wing? an inside forward, an old-fashioned totty. I mean, that's the only time that Totty and Anthony Gordon will ever be said in the same sentence. Yeah, because there was a couple of moments where he got himself into position where it's like he just bends it in the top corner and it's a goal. But beyond that, like I didn't think he was running in the channels particularly much, and I find that lack of pace is what's going to hold him back to step up into like a top level forward player. Yeah, and yes, we can obviously say Newcastle were lacking Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes, but I mean Sunderland had the reserves out. We've given away a penalty. Sunderland don't pick Luke O'Nien to start that game. Sunderland don't start with Elborg in goal. They don't start with two makeshift fullbacks. So, it's the reserves that's beaten the Mags. Tonali hasn't done a lot. I bet you're right. But he wants to leave, doesn't he? Like, where's he off to? Is he off to Man City? Is he all... Girlfriend who's a Sunderland fan was panicked, said we would win. Wasn't sure. You never know in football. Anthony Gordon's off to Juventus. What? Like, this is... Like, football makes no sense. That's not a sentence that should ever be said, is it? Oh, Tonali's off to Juventus. All right, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Sorry. Fucking hell. That was like... That blew my mind for a second. Like, I know Italian football's not as good as it used to be, but sending Anthony Gordon there seems a bit unfair. Like, just like, haven't Juve suffered enough? You say Gordon's head's been turned and his form has dipped. I can't see him being here next season. I think he's not the only one. Yeah, it seems like there'll be a few changes. Arsenal will link with Tonali, but I'm not going to gamble on it. See the jokes about him all gambling, isn't it? Would never have predicted McTominay playing in Serie A. Well, again, that goes back to the media just didn't know what to do with McTominay, did they? Like, I don't think nobody predicted McTominay to be as good as he was in Serie A, and is in Serie A, but he certainly wasn't the scapegoat that the media wanted him to be. There's a beautiful redemption arc here, isn't it? In the same way that I'm getting absolutely hammered here, my sort of like having a bit of a laugh at everyone is definitely backfiring here. They're a brain tree. Are they bottom possibly? McTominay's a great player that wasn't fashionable for the EPL. That's it, MCG, wasn't it? Like, if he'd have gone somewhere else in the Premier League, like a Villa, for example, he'd have been able to have, ground it out and got himself a decent career. For some reason, it was only the case of get rid of him because he didn't fit what people believed a Man U player should look like, whatever that means. But these are the same people that think Garnacho's a good player, and I don't think he is. I'm yet to see it with Garnacho. I don't. Do you know what I mean? I think people are dazzled by the foreign sort of like, oh yeah, he's technically gifted. I don't think he is. Newcastle could lose Howe if Tuchel quits after the World Cup. I mean, that's for me and Mr. J have spoke about that. We think that's the most logical progression. Eddie Howe to go and not win anything with England, and Tuchel to leave after not winning the World Cup. the destination was a surprise. I agree, Rizio. Yeah, to go to Napoli is a surprise. But then more of the surprise, I think, is the impact he made when he got there. Like, to sort of to be heralded as like almost like Maradona. Like, they love him there, don't they? The only way Anthony Gordon gets to Italy is on holiday. He scored an overhead kick once, McTominay. Oh, he did. He did. Chelsea yet to see Garnacho really, even if he's on the pitch. I just don't see it. Oh, it's Garnacho that scored an overhead kick once. Yeah. Oh, how's he missed? But all right, then here we go. Right, what's the managerial merry-go-round then? Right, Slot goes from Liverpool, Rosina goes from Chelsea, Howe goes from Newcastle. Tottenham presumably get relegated. Guardiola finally leaves Man City. Arteta sits there at Arsenal going, I might get top 4 again next year. That could be good, right? Got you on the background doing let Poznan save bottle job. Oh, nice. No worries, David. Ian says Arteta gets 6th. Yeah, that's probably it, isn't it? Arteta can fuck off if he wins fuck all this season. Dan, there's a question, right? Like, how long can he stay not winning anything? Because I sort of watched with like one eye on the thing last night. I was helping the kids that with a few bits and pieces and trying to start the tea at the same time. Like, it just seems like it's the same thing, in it. Like, it's always that. This season or bust. Are they going to bottle the title? I read a bit about that, Chaser, saying that they just stayed off them because like Arsenal haven't got anything to do with the centre backs. Like, when the ball's there, there's no urgency, there's no idea as to what to do. So Guardiola just said, well, just don't press them. Just let them have the ball and watch them move it around and not do anything with it. Hilper says they'll be trusting the process with Arteta, surely. I mean, I'm a big fan of trust the process. It's never steered me wrong anywhere. It's worth noting that we've still got a lot of money to spend on players, and given how we're starting to perform right now, maybe we have to go out and buy some more players. This Arsenal team will be the worst team to win the Premier League in a long while. Possibly. Possibly. I was talking to former FMT host Matt Richards the other night when we went to the Wu-Tang. We were talking about this Arsenal team, and I was saying to him, because he's like sort of common sense, right? So I say something stupid, and then he has the common sense approach response to it. And I said, look, I'm not fussed about Arsenal, scoring set plays and stuff. And that's fine. Like, yeah, fine. Be boring Arsenal. It used to be boring Arsenal. It was good, right? Like, I'm into defensive football. That works for me. What I'm not into, and this was my thing, and it comes from a very, very entitled place. I wasn't happy about the fact that, like, a team like Arsenal is technically good enough on the ball to play better than they are, and they don't need to resort to shithousing. So I'm a bit unhappy about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, go, no, right? You're better on the ball. Play on the ball. Leave being shit to us, right? Piss off and have your own style. That's my thoughts with it. And I know it makes no sense because technically, like, if anything, it means that they've been able to adapt to all possibilities. But we can't play up to Arsenal's standards, but they can play down to our standards. Does that make sense? It does come across as very entitled, I must admit. Can't deal with low blocks. It's true, actually. David Harrison, how are we, buddy? What's happened to Saka? Asks Matt. Well, that's the question, isn't it? What has happened? When did he last have an impact? Legs gone at 24. Well, there's loads of like stuff now, isn't it, about how players are burnt out too early. And it could be a thing, It's missing Smith Rowe. Did Smith Rowe play a lot, though? Like, I guess he probably did, didn't he? So who did they replace Smith Rowe? So was Zubimendi was Smith Rowe's replacement, was it? A couple of years ago, in the team. Yeah, I was going to say, he's been gone for a little while, hasn't he? Yeah. I quite like Smith Rowe, actually. I thought he was quite decent. Right, we could do with getting our team here getting some results, mind. Evening, El Diego. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Players will start playing more games at a younger age, so that's why they burn out quicker, says Oxlow. That's possible. That's it, isn't it? That is it. Because they were saying about like Rooney when he turned up as a 16-year-old, like he had the body of a 28-year-old. Like he was already a man and then some. And that's why like his body started to break down. Players lose pace really, really quickly. Like, there's lots of players now who are like sort of overtrained when they're too young. You know, put into training and put into like professional setups at like 4 years old and stuff. Wasn't there another Argentinian player or a Spanish player or something got? Oh, Lamal as well, isn't it? They say there's talk of him being knackered. Oh, what a goal that is! Oh, that first time from distance, we'll take a bit of that. Supermendy didn't look too bad against Newcastle. You can't be a super athlete or whatever for very long without something breaking. Exactly. That's it. That's it, Luffy. Yeah. You know. You know. Oh, Yamal looked against Newcastle. Yeah. But I'm sure it might have been, maybe it wasn't him that I was reading about, but there's someone apparently he's got a niggle about the fact that he's, you know, been training too much too young. Less intense training, more beer and Parmos. That's the diet, innit? That's what you want. Yeah, that was another last minute goal as well. Newcastle conceded, wasn't it? Right, 1-0 against Guiseley. Cross in. Daft cross. Get rid of Martinelli. He's a Brazilian Walcott. Oof. Oh, that is an insult and a half, isn't it? Like, because Walcott is not very good either. MCG, there'll be players that have gone 3 or 4 years without a decent break at the Club World Cup, actual seasons, international competitions running into each other. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, of course, remember, you know, poor Cole Palmer. He's isn't it like he's not allowed to play more than 70 minutes or something, or a few weeks ago, wasn't it? But remember, Cole Palmer, oh, his name sounds like cold. Oh. Trademarked as well. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, just, I'm a bit cold. Like, piss off. I mean, it's just not on, is it? It's just we used to build ships. Now it's like, my name sounds like cold. Like, on. Up the dafty. Luke Littler wants to trademark his face. What, is that in case other people start using his face? Just walking into supermarkets going, that's Luke Littler's face. You owe me £7. Unbelievable. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna cut out Luke Littler face, and I'm gonna like put it on with a bit of elastic on, and I'm gonna walk around, and I'm not gonna pay Luke Litter for any copyright infringements. Because what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say that it's not Luke Littler at all. That's not Luke Littler's face at all. No, it's a visual representation of his face. It's not 100% accurate. I'll use AI. That's what I'll do. Should get me around any copyright infringement there. AI, the scourge of creativity. He's 19, looks 40. Sounds like an Arctic Monkeys lyric, doesn't it? He's 19, he looks 40. Oh, all right. Cole Sims with a goal. Right, here's a question then. When are Spurs getting relegated? here's the next football question. Because they are, aren't they? They absolutely are. Like, are they going to get? They're not going to get any more points between now and the end of the season, are they? Like, they just look like they're in free fall. West Ham weren't shite. Spurs will be 18th. There is that. There is that. And this is why I always say we need to get rid of West Ham because they just clog things up. They can't sack the manager either because his dad's just died. Yeah, I saw that. Because then Spurs like the bad guys, don't they? Just like, oh, you can't do that. It is us next, yeah. In what? In 6 months when the league gets back around to being played again? Sunderland, Wolves, Leeds, the next 3 fixtures. Like, okay, on paper, you would have said that that's 6 to 7 points, really, but the form they're in, it's just, you're going to look and see, can they even get a point out of that? I could see them losing all 3. "20 games for the next Premier League match." Unbelievable. Do you know what? I'm glad there's international football. Said nobody ever. Tottenham versus West Ham on the last day of the season. Is that the relegation decider, is it? Unbelievable. Worst outcome for them, relegated after penultimate game of the season against Chelsea. West Ham Leeds, is that the last game, is it? I bet there's not many Spurs players relegation clauses. Potentially not. Maybe they haven't thought about that. I mean, hindsight's a beautiful thing though, right? Mm. And again, it comes to that thing where it's like trying to shift those players off as well, going like, who buys them? And for how much? Because they're not going to get much for those players, are they? Because you can't exactly go, oh, this player's been class all season. Like, but not really. That's why you've been relegated, surely. You know, there's not many players stay, I'm guessing. Who buys them? Wait, is that Eddie Howe's music? Quick, let's get Vicario in on loan. Newcastle signed Dominic Solanke for £85 million. Eddie Howe trying to buy Richarlison and then blaming PSR. Oh, I've had to buy Richarlison. Van de Ven stays in the Premier League. Isn't there talk he's off to Spain? Or does he end up at Liverpool, presumably? Richarlison and Voltemada front two. No, it's not even that. It's Richarlison and Ashley Barnes. Or Richarlison and Visser. Or Richarlison and Jason Tyndall up front. But we still don't have any money. And Graham's offside. Also, as well, and here's part of the reason I enjoyed yesterday, like, more than the result, right? Was I was watching it in the rugby club in town, or the sports club, I should say, in town. It's close to where me and my mate stay, so we thought, right, we'll nip in, we'll have a quick pint lunchtime. He's a mag, right? He's Welsh, right? But his gran apparently was a mag, so he supports them. So I was like, right, so he turns up to support that lot. And I walk in and there's a bunch of Yorkshire mags in there as well. And one lad who's got a Sunderland scarf on. And so I'm the other Mackham that's in there. And we're sat down, right? We're sat down away from like the collection of Yorkshire mags. And me and my mate sat having a pint. And next to us is two very posh students. Yeah, because they're at York University. They're terribly local. Like occasionally they'll pop up to Newcastle to see the footy. But Matilda's off in Central America, and I don't even know what she's up to. But but yeah, so those sorts of clowns, right? And listening to this one dude who's got snooze in his lip as well, and 4 bits of facial hair that he claimed was a mustache. He sent his mate, no whatever, like Sebastian, right? He sent Sebastian to go and get him a DC from the bar. Do you know what DC is? Any cool kids in the chat tonight? Yeah, just get me a DC. If anybody doesn't know, a DC is, of course, a Diet Coke. Yes, so, yes, Sebastian, go get me a DC, yeah? Fucking, he nearly had a fucking pint of Guinness smashed in his face for that. So he's going on, right? And obviously once we score the equaliser, I'm getting a bit leery. And he's like, he's going, oh yeah, but our players, they're just so mid. They're just so mid. And I'm like, what the fuck is this prick on about? Right? Yeah, they're just so mid. And then his other mate goes, yeah, but maybe you can have a generational run. And he went, oh yeah, but even if we have a generational run, it's not going to save us now because these players are so mid. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm not a fighting man, but I was close. I was close to knocking those two cunts out. So I took great pleasure in celebrating in his face when the second goal went in. The fucking kid. Tell Daddy about that one. Yeah, he'll cut your trust fund off. He didn't flush his head down the toilet. No. Just punched him in the ear. I recognise those words, but I have no idea what they mean. He didn't even have pre-match sushi rouge. What's the point of this guy? Do you know what I mean? He clearly wasn't posh enough. Do you know what he was? He was the sort of person that probably watches Geordie Josh on TikTok. He'd eaten it. It was in the middle of the match. Possibly, actually. Actually, he did say that he'd seen a Newcastle player in a noodle bar, so possibly. Maybe that was it. Lady Junior in on the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Calling Diet Coke DC as hard drive checking behaviour. Yeah. Sounds like he'd seen the player's noodle. I was suggesting it was a nonce as well. Surprised he's allowed out of the country manor without a license. Well, I think Daddy had his shotgun license. So, yeah, just... Oh. It's one of them when I was just like, oh, do you know what? I just can't. Nah. Can't talk to this guy. Do you bring O'Grady Macken off? Oh, well. Sebastian was the probation officer. Maybe he was. Yeah. It's a local law enforcement. Am I right, lads? Am I right? Peterborough Sports, they're a bogey team, aren't they? Let's just walk away when we clear the ball as well. Oh, corner. Come on. Can we maybe win a game of football? That would be nice, wouldn't it? We're back down to 9th again now. Bet they went for outdoor larks after the game. Well, they were talking about playing golf, so... Do you know what I mean? It's like... Says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, I think one of them had borrowed his dad's golf bats. Lost again. Post-Epstein files, I assume playing golf is a euphemism for sex crimes. I think so as well. I think so. That's why they call it forward. Yeah. He was only having a DC so he can handle the shotgun for the shoot later. Maybe that's it, actually, yeah. The season was going to last for 4 games. I know, Matt. I don't know why we bother. I really don't. And do you know what the really frustrating thing is? We didn't even do anything. We didn't change anything. But it just collapsed, didn't it? It's like, oh yeah, just be shit now. Like, oh, right, fine. What do you want to be? Are you a left back? Midfield playmaker? How much are you wanting? £1,000? Right, £1,000's decent enough. And Bernard Ferguson. Let's get a double barrel surname player in, shall we? Oof, maybe not that amount of money. If you finish 12th again, might have to accept the save as cursed. I think we have to. Same thing happened to my bastard ball save. End up losing 8 straight after a good start. 8 straight. Oh, can't be doing that, can we? Evening, FMG&G. Welcome in. Hope you're well. So we're expected to finish 4th. So does that mean that we have to? Maybe bastard ball isn't for us at this season. Maybe we have to be more aggressive. And I don't really think I like that. I'm saying the saver's curse. It's the only possible explanation. I would agree. This is the only possible explanation. It can't be that I'm terrible at the game, surely, can it? Or Grady Macken's just put a 5 in training. That's not good. Do we need to get a new? Is O'Grady Macken finally just like dropping off the edge of the cliff? One of 2 possible explanations. I'm all ears, Matt. What you got? I can't imagine there's too many possibilities. Starts with T and ends in a Y. Turkey. Turkey is to blame. That seems a weird one, doesn't it? But hey, that's what we're going with. Then that's absolutely fine. O'Grady Macken heard your opinion of Posh Boys and he's took it to heart. He's got a posh name. That could be it, couldn't it? There's nobody working class with a double barrel surname, is there? Doesn't work. Turkey sabotaging the save. Well, we thought it, didn't we? We suspected. We had no evidence. Doesn't normally stop us. Daft. Coulson. We're not even following up. David Coulson. Overhit again. Evening, Edward. How are you, buddy? That's a good ball. There's Lehane. Coulson blocked. Oh, Henderson saved. Oh, very well. How are you, Darlington? Oh, mate. Bastard ball's starting to stop working. So I'm a bit concerned. It was great for 3 games, 4 games, and then now it's gone back to, oh, no, we don't understand any of this. What are you trying to do? So, find it a little confusing. And of course, now I'm thinking I need to start tweaking, and that's never a good thing. Oh, Pender's giving it away. Oh, if I was about to say we can't concede from that, surely. You know what? Let's get them to counter press on this then, rather than sit back, because presumably Lancaster. This is the cup, so yeah, we maybe need to win this. Evening, Llama. How are you, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to be honest with you, Llama. Darlow is a bit weird right now because, well, TJ Ball is starting to stick a little bit, and we've gone from 4 wins at the start of the season, looking brilliant, to now looking a bit all over the place, and I'm a bit concerned by that. And I don't know how or why. How are you though, pal? How was life at yourself? How did the stream finish today, by the way? Apologies, I was only in for a little bit. I was in between meetings at the with the day job, which, as I said to you earlier on the other day, I've now inadvertently and accidentally found myself in a position of importance, and it's worrying that they shouldn't be putting me in charge of things, and like going, oh yeah, TJ knows what he's doing. I'm like, oh, don't. It's not what anybody wants. Stream finished with 1 win in 12. Perfect. Oh, right. That's what I'm hoping for. Bit of that. If I get another 12th position finish, I'll be over the moon. Openda goes down. It is a penalty. Openda's he's broken his leg, and now the physio's praying for him. Who's going to take the penalty? Is it Okawoya? Yeah. That'll do. It's decent bottom corner. They clearly want someone in charge who can produce mid-tail mediocrity. Well, that's me, Chaser. That is me. They obviously looked at that and went, he seems to want to try and better himself, and we need to stop that. They would both hit accidental position of power and a tough FM run. I mean, both so frustrating, aren't they? Because there's nothing you can do about either of them. Yeah. Like once it happens, it's just that, and you're just like, oh, there's nothing I can do now. Any patterns in the erratic form, struggling against teams from certain positions? We took a battering off Braintree, who were top of the league. They were 3-0, and we really, really took a battering there. Peterborough Sports have beaten us, but then they always beat us. I've not noticed anything that's jumping out. Like, before, it would have been easy to go, all right, we're losing against top of the table teams, therefore we're not defending well enough, or we're not scoring goals against lower teams, so we're not being like too attacking. It's worth having a look at formations, mind, because I know it's fairly early in the season, so hello. I've not sort of been able to make a sort of like an educated guess on anything too much yet, but formations is a good shout to have a look at. I'm sure that sort of data is still available in game, right? They've not taken that out as well. Johnny D, a good old fashioned puncher fresher week coming up. Could be. I think that's a reference back to the gap year students who were watching the derby. I mean, I don't condone violence, but I'd rather punch a fresher than a horse. Yeah. I noticed in my save it's the narrow diamond that's my nemesis, destroys the two lads I've in midfield. Do you know what? That could be a thing. I've seen a diamond against us. And maybe we have to move Douglas up to stop that in that situation. Because Robinson should come in anyway. You might have me thinking, Llama. And it's dangerous, I know. We don't really want that to happen too often, so. But if it can happen once or twice, then we might be all right. Apologies if we don't condone thoughts. Not around here. Not around here. You know. So who knows what happens when thoughts happen, you know. I also thought as well about moving the two forward players inside. So like double tens for attacking as well. So we haven't tried that. But it's still on my list of things to consider. Thoughts? Straight to the gulag with you. Agreed, Luffy. Darlington secure victory at the Giant Axe. Great name for a ground, that is. Where we got schedules, right? Yeah, so as you can see, look, lovely. Bad. All right, bad. All right. So Telford had a 4-3-3, as far as we can see. Out of possession, they drop into a 4-4-2. And it was 1-0 until we started pushing players on, and then we obviously conceded 2 goals later on. So that was maybe that could have finished 1-0. Gateshead, they're 4-3-3 again. And 4-5-1 out of possession. So they were quite defensive. And they actually had all of the possession. Then we conceded in 10 minutes to go. So that was a bit frustrating. Braintree destroyed us. Playing the Devils formation, 4-2-3-1. And out of possession, 4-2-3-1. So just a bit hack, really. And then Peterborough, 4-2-3-1 as well. And 4-4-2 out of possession. So it seems like out of possession 4-4-2 is a bit of an issue for us. Maybe we need to pop another striker on in that situation. Notice about your defeats, your wide players are quite low. Yeah, so when we don't get the ball out there, that's a fair spot. Coulson's been injured as well, so that's daft as the fullback. He's not doing a great job. Graham got injured in that match. Kavanagh had a bad match. That's a good spot as well. Kavanagh again. I think Coulson got injured and Daft had a 6-3. Interesting, yeah. Something to look at there. Then even Kempy, how are you, buddy? So either we're not getting the ball to them or they're not having enough of impact in the game. So maybe we either bring them inside or push them further wide. What do we think is going to get them in the game? I suppose getting the ball to them is probably going to help, isn't it? It's going to be the first thing. I have no advice on what to do. I'm all right spotting problems. I have no solutions. That works for me, Llama. Right. Anybody else? What do we do with wide players that play badly? Sell them and buy more. I mean, there's always that. That feels like the obvious answer. Yeah. I'm good in the back seat, but I don't have much to say once I'm there. You're in charge of the tunes. The player is always the problem, never the tactic. Send it to the glue factory. You think you might know what might help? Go on then, Dan. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, oh of course, yeah. I don't know if we are still sponsored by Beer 52, but beer would help definitely. What do we think about Ollie Bindley? We've not heard back about them yet, but yeah, feel free to circulate it. Not a problem. It was a 1 month trial, so I think we've gone past the month now. I think. What do we think? As a left back, not a wing back. That pace, that acceleration, that strength. It's lacking a bit, isn't it? Delay that for a bit. That's what I think. Decent central midfielder. His dribbling's not very good, and his not that you want a centre midfielder to be dribbling too much, I think, but Kevin De Oliveira from Sheffield Wednesday. Music tonight has not been of the same standard as Saturdays. Oh, okay. I mean, it's the same. It's the same playlist, but we maybe started it at a slightly different part. So I'm happy to take that as reasonable feedback, and that could well be affecting the players. I'm for that, Rouge. Playlist started strong and then just got a bit morose. That's just my view, says Rouge. No, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, Rouge, and you've been here more than long enough to have your opinion. Game as a Newcastle fan isn't taking its frustration out on you. Could be, couldn't it? It is possible, actually. So we've heard what you've said and been saying about us. I know what it was. It was when we went and had a look at the job centre, just for a laugh. Remember it now. And then Lama called it straight after and went, TJ's about to sabotage the save. And it's like, yeah. He spotted it. Robinson's having a shocker. Devitt's having a shocker. The thing is, Robinson's got to play regardless because we don't have any of the right backs. So maybe we just shout at them. Yeah, there we go. Right. He's happy. What league have we started? Asks Archie. We started in the National League North, Archie, and we are still in the National League North. It's only season 7, isn't it? You know what I mean? So there's no rush to get promoted, right? We want to get familiar with our surroundings. We want to, you know, bed ourselves in. There's no need to go chasing promotion every season. Most realistic save ever. Exactly. We're getting our money's worth, right? Appreciate that follow, Archie. Very kind indeed. It's an interesting concept, the stay stillionaire. Yeah, that's it. I like it. Like the concepts, you'll drop a follow. I appreciate that, Archie. Thank you. I think the concept's not meant to be stay here forever, but it seems to be a byproduct or a consequence of my ineptness. That is why we are where we are. What's the aim in the end? Oh, the aim in the end is to get out of the National League North. Champions League would be great. Even if we can get to watch the Champions League on telly, would be good enough. But yeah, FM27 seems like it's not too far away. So this one might roll on to next year. Gloucester are all over us, aren't they? I know the plan is to soak up the pressure and hit on the brake, but we've not even had a shot yet. You're an Everton fan. I'm 10 seasons in, just won the treble. Nice work. Everton, the People's Club. The proper club from Merseyside. If we don't get out the National League North this decade, I think it'll definitely happen next decade. It's a bold statement, Lama. Now, do you mean decade in real life or in game? Because I'm not convinced with either. If I'm being brutally honest. Next game cycle, maybe. Do you reckon? Ooh, it's a lot of pressure, Ian. It's a lot of pressure. Or by next game cycle, do you mean when they change it to from Football Manager to like Soccer Manager or something? They rebrand it completely, like when they went from Champ Manager to Football Manager. Or when they bring a new engine out. Only getting out of the National League North is by Darlington. Sorry, it's only getting out of the National League North is Darlington by starting a game of Nutmeg as then. It's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I like your thinking, Luffy. So I love the fact you're reading the chat. That's another reason you deserve a follow. Oh, that's what it's all about. Like, you can't be like not reading the chat. Come on. Like, I mean, we're all in this together. Like, you're all complicit here. I go down, you go down. That's what she said. Taylor, Okawaya, good ball. Oh, Daft's got loads of space. Inside Thomas. That's how you Pender. Share the blame, definitely. The year's 2045. Darlington are no longer in the National North due to some weird boundary changes. They're in the National South now. Yeah, to be fair, there is one way I get out of the National North, and that's relegation. That could be a thing. Some of you are thinking maybe we get out by promotion, but you haven't considered relegation as an option. Yeah? So this is up to ninth now. 2 points behind Solihull Moors, Kidderminster, Gateshead. What's that? 9 points behind Braintree. Already 9 points behind Braintree. Corey Thomas still wants his first goal. Yeah, I get that. We seem to have spent this entire save within a few points of Kidderminster. Isn't it? Like, it's just... Doesn't it just get a bit awkward and frustrating when it's like the same thing every single season? Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well, thinking, we've done this, surely. So, apparently not. When do you think you'll get promoted? Oh, I don't know. Like, probably without hyperbole, probably when hell freezes over, I'd imagine. I don't know if we're ever going to get promoted. I think we might have to just accept that this is where we are forever. And do we need to get promoted? Really? Like, are we having fun now? Define fun. We don't know. We don't want to ask those deep philosophical questions around here. We sort of leave it to chance. When Spartan starts coming to work in a snowplow, or Satan starts coming to work in a snowplow. God, I can't read, can I think it's all going to be fine. That's what I think. Do we need to get fun? Do we need to get promoted? No. Are we having fun? Also, no. It's not long left in the season now, though, is there really? Surely? 10 games played. What's it? 46 games to go? Just 36 more matches of this to put up with. And then we can finish 12th again. It's gonna be great. Nobody knows what fun is. Fun is subjective, right? Yeah. Four-four-two attacking mentality. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Fun in this economy. Oh, I don't know about that. Luka Kakai. I've made you want to put Football Manager on, but I am sorry. I'm sorry for that, Archie. There's probably some sort of collective Stockholm syndrome. It's like a suicide pact at this point, isn't it? It's worrying. Like, we need to be. I think we need to alert the authorities to the fact that we all meet up and we share these feelings. Maybe need like some sort of like intervention somewhere down the line. Yeah. Someone to come in and just sit there and go, right, listen here, listen, right? Are you lot all right? Like, do you need to talk to somebody? Because yeah, we can help. It's already booked. Good. May I suggest a team bonding session? A couple of DCs at a local hostelry could work wonders. I think we could, actually. Maybe we all go paragliding in Nicaragua. That's also like a good team building exercise for posh people. It's going to look like the end of an FBI Waco siege. Yeah, probably. You'll never take us alive. Did I see you looking at Tobias Brennan on stream last time? Out of it, Blythe Spartans. We had a look at him. Little 5'4" lad, wasn't he? We had a look, but we went with Openda instead. So Banbury are bottom of the league. So by my reckoning, we should lose this. He looks good, so TJ deciding against signing. Saying that out loud does sound ridiculous, but I think you could be right, Chaser. Should we have another look? See what I decided against. Right. Okay, Banbury are bottom of the league, so we shouldn't really be sat on a low block, should we? Great challenge by Devitt. Oh, Pender goes through. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Archie, I'm an FM enthusiast. There you go. As long as you say you're an enthusiast rather than an addict, I think that's fine. There's cures for enthusiasm. Takes a lot more to address an addiction, I think. West moves us up to 7. This is heady heights again. Evening, Franco. How are we? Long time. Hope you're well. Saw you in Llama's chat earlier, which is very, very lovely to see. Hope you're well. Actually, you were here the other day, I think, possibly. So, losing track of my days. That's right. Get away. Don't try and foul him for no reason. Oh, Jesus. You got York City save on the go. Nice. I'm worried that they've got their backs up now. Here's two. Yeah. Oh, disallowed. Okay, that's fine. TV choices tonight. Choices on TV Baller League or TJ Stevens 7. Well, I mean, it's not great choice there, is it really? You can either watch not football or us. That's slim pickings, isn't it? I've never watched the Ballers League. I'm far too old for that. It seems like they're all having a lovely time doing it, but I don't understand how or why. Evening, Len Mozo. How are we? Who's coming off? Cooper, I think. For Hughes. Actually, no. Cooper for Kavanagh. Come on then. 4-4-2. Let's see if we can get anything there. Tim Giff, how are we, buddy? Have we? Yeah. Yeah, of course we have. Of course we have. Never in doubt. There has been a lot of doubt, actually. A lot of doubt. I can't think why TJ's got a Sunderland shirt. I just, do you know when you just reach for whatever's closest, don't you? In the to hand, and there it was. You know, it was there, staring me in the face. I think Tim's on to us. I think he suspects we haven't been promoted or won the league. I wonder what gives him that idea. Oh, it's Graham. Yes. Let's cheer by scoring against the bottom of the league. There we go. Just Robbie Inns. Do you know what? Go on then. Where's Robbie Inns got? Robbie Inns can't go up front, surely. What are you doing? He's a defensive midfielder, you madheads. Where would he go? Do that. Right, we'll give one of the youngsters a run out, shall we? Start time wasting as well. You got Shea Lacey on loan somehow. I don't even know who Shea Lacey is. Who's Shea Lacey? Oh. The Man U wonder kid. All right. And you're in the National League. Oh, he's not very good then, is he? This is typical, isn't it? Like drawing with bottom of the league. For now. Could even get worse. This track feels very telling. I will survive. But will I? And at what cost? So I may as well get over it with. Did you enjoy the game this weekend? It was fine, Tim. It was absolutely fine. Yeah. You know. It was fine. We even gave them a goal head start and they still couldn't win. It's an absolute shite cover of the original song. It is a little bit, yeah. But it's more about the, you know, I will survive. I must survive. Surely we can survive. Good old Darlow. Does anyone say that? Nobody says that. Nobody says good old Darlow. But they do definitely say the double over Newcastle. It's one of those things, isn't it? You know. If you're always winning the derby, then is it even special? That's what you need to ask yourself. Played by Sebastian and his mate Tarquin. It could be. Brazilian Fury, how are we, buddy? Welcome in. As you're saying, Scotland, get it right up. Yeah, oh, it's 100%. Get it Runia as well. We pumped them. Bunch of shite bags. My team also has 3 direct in-state rivals, so derby wins are always enjoyable. Yeah, exactly. Especially if, you know, any of your rivals are owned by a murderous state. It's always funny as well. The Hair says over on YouTube, evening lads. We've been watching the podcast, finally decided to come and hang out for half an hour or so. Oh, this could turn into an FM session. It could do. It could do. It's a pleasure to have you in, The Hair. I see it. That's what I noticed. People sort of come in this sort of like hang about, and then all of a sudden it's like, we don't play my own game now because this guy is not as good as he thinks he is, and I'm not very good at all. I don't think I'm very good. I think I'm quite bad. How many times you watched the highlights of the Scotland-Denmark match? Oh, like thousands. Thousands. Breaking news, FM streamer states explicitly the Townway derby is the most boring in England. It's just, look, for us, it's not about winning, like, because we do it all the time, like, you know. But it is the most important one. You've got to win that. You got to win it. I appreciate that, Jagsman. Very, 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 very appreciate it. What do I think of the Merseyside derby? I think it's a waste of time. I think nobody really cares. In fact, here's the thing, right? This is what so here's my thoughts on derbies. If your derby is in the same city, then it's pointless. And the reason being, okay, is so Sunderland Newcastle is two different cities, okay, separated by 7 miles. They've been funded differently, like so. There's enough rivalry and history there. Like Newcastle during the Civil War, they sort of like protected the monarchy, and Sunderland sided with the Scots, right? You know, both sides had their industry taken away from them, you know. But then the regeneration project, loads of money was given to Newcastle, not given to Sunderland. So, of course, we've got a little bit of a chip on our shoulder about that. But back in the day, Sunderland were the Bank of England club, so they like had all the money. And neither of them have been successful, but Newcastle once finished second in the 90s, so they'd have you believe that they're a big club, right? So that's the reason that rivalry exists. Liverpool and Everton, right, is not a rivalry because you've got family members who support the other club, and so you can't hate or have feelings against someone just because they wear a different coloured t-shirt. Like they're your same people, right? Like Geordies and Mackhams don't like each other. They are very similar in a setup, but they are different people. So they have a different pride of city. If you're in the same city, there's nothing there. Like you're arguing amongst yourselves. The only caveat is Rangers Celtic because it's religious. But any other rivalry that is inter-city, like inside its own city, so Manchester United versus Man City, not a rivalry, ridiculous. Liverpool Everton, ridiculous. Arsenal Tottenham, ridiculous. Like, you're all Londoners. Like, you know, you're all Scousers. You're all Mancs. Liverpool, Man U, fine. That's a historical rivalry based on trophies. But Leeds and Manchester United, Red Rose, White Rose, I get that. But personally, I don't think that they're rivalries. Or they are rivalries, but they're just not important. They're not derbies. They're derbies in a sense, but does anyone really care beyond the people that are involved in them? Not really. No. You know, you can't be sat thinking that, you know, you dislike the other team that much that you then don't want to spend time with some of your family or your wife or your kids or whatever because they support the other team. Don't make any sense. Does anyone outside the Northeast care about Sunderland Newcastle? Probably not, Llama. Probably not. But I think that's the thing with all derbies, isn't it? Nobody really cares beyond the people that are involved in them. I have a pal from Donny who's a Sunderland fan. I mean, I feel sorry for that person. Why are they in Doncaster supporting Sunderland? I feel bad for that person. Explain the Palace Brighton derby. By your logic, the Manc derby is less. The Palace derby one, from what I understand, Palace Brighton, is that just about a road? Because I don't get that. I don't get that at all. There's history between Everton and Liverpool. Well, there is, yeah, because Everton is the Labour club and Liverpool were built by Tories. Yeah. Is it not about seagulls? I don't know. I hate a lot of my family and they support the same club as me, so there's that to consider as well. To be fair, Tim, that's a fair point. Yeah, I'm not a fan of my family either, so. Everton's old ground was the old Liverpool ground. What happened? Did Liverpool give it away? Well, that Liverpool must have obviously come into some money, given the fact they were made by Tories. Villa Birmingham separated by a couple of miles. The rivalry is socio-economic, rich versus poor, earned versus thick, learned versus thick. But I didn't ask which side is which, Llama. It's a bit thuggy, that derby as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It gets a bit feisty, that one, the Villa Blues. There's a Thistle fan and live in Paisley. Thistle fan in Paisley? We're the thickest fan base in the country. You'll never sing that. I mean, that's a good one, wasn't it? Anfield was Everton's ground. If Everton didn't fall out with the landlord and have to leave, Liverpool wouldn't exist. I have to feel angry about Liverpool now, don't I? About Everton, sorry. Damn it, Everton. Ruined it for everybody. Yeah, I think Everton's got a lot to answer for now. We should have to, Everton should have to make a public apology about that. Just really sorry, everyone. Turns out we may have ballsed up a little bit here. Yeah. Palace Brighton rivalry has something to do with Alan Mullery when he was managing one of the sides. I genuinely don't know. We might have to have a look at that. Everton will be dominating soon. They will be. I mean, they're going to overtake Liverpool, aren't they, by the end of the season? So, what is it? So, Palace Brighton rivalry. Right, let's see what actually this is all about. So it's nicknamed the A23 or M23 derby by the media. It's not by the media at all. No one's ever mentioned it in the media. The two clubs have played each other since 1905. The rivalry didn't become well known until the mid-70s. Roy Hodgson said that he didn't recall of any rivalry. Right, okay. After failing to gain promotion either season, Terry Venables was appointed manager of Crystal Palace, and 2 months later, Alan Mullery was appointed manager of Brighton. Under the guidance of the young ambitious managers, both clubs, the two best supported in the division, climbed from the 3rd division to the 1st division within 3 years. So there you go. Two teams are unusually distant for an English rivalry. It still doesn't even say why. Is it just because they both wanted to get promoted? Jesus. To a yearly event when the Everton manager has to apologise, like the King's speech. Seems fair. The share, how's the save going? I see a Darlington question is, are you out of non-league yet? The save is going. We are not out of non-league, no. Yeah, we're just here for vibes mainly. We're not even out of the National League North, never mind the National League. Yeah, apparently it does have something to do with Alan Mullery, Llama. But TJ gets a nosebleed if he leaves the National North and South. I think you're right, Zeep. Oh, here we go. Okawaya. Oh. The most mental one is River Plate and Boca Juniors. Red Star and Partizan. Yeah, River and Boca Juniors is pretty dicey. Is it Flamengo and Santos possibly? I don't know. But that's like sort of suburbs and favelas, isn't it? And then again, the wording might be clunky here, but I'm going to go with the phrase, any city that's been involved in quite a bit of war, their rivalries are going to be quite bad. Like, again, you know, if you've got changes of nationality, that might be a bit tasty. That might be worthy of Danny Dyer going to have a little watch of, you know. I wonder what the Americans would say. The Americans would say, gee whiz. Probably. Or Jiminy Jillikers. When a Dulwich Hamlet versus Fulham in a pre-season friendly, one bloke swore. The guy next to him nearly dropped his caviar. Worrying scenes. Do you know what? I managed to keep that caviar from falling, so I'm quite proud of myself, to be honest. It was decent caviars. I'm not spilling it. You know what I mean? Not the football. Great challenge by Okawaya there, wasn't it? Oh, put this ball in. There's Graham. Oh, keeper saves it. DJ, next time you get a chance to speak to Zealand, you could see what kind of conversation you get out of him. In what sense, Jags? We're going to sign on a stream outing yet. It has to be a Darlow game. Could be. We could do a Darlow game. I mean, all we need to do is organise it, really, don't we? Get the time, and we'll just get it done. Coulson! Are we promoted yet? Here he comes. Here he comes. One for a podcast derby. We could go to derbies and try and work out why anyone should really care. How are we, Chris? Hope you're well, pal. The tracksuits are on. Are we promoted yet? Yeah, in a sense, yes. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, so apparently the Kevin over on YouTube has managed to sort of like put it together. There's Lahane. So apparently the Eagles-Seagulls thing, Brighton had been the Dolphins. And it really took root after a controversial FA Cup replay at Stamford Bridge. Alan Mullery lost it and flicked the V's. Second replay, apparently. And the bridge was used as a neutral venue. All right, okay, so there you go. Do the podcast derby at the Merseyside derby. Why do we have to go to Liverpool? Like, this is the thing with Scouts. They always want to make it about themselves. No, you should do it here, though. Like, there are other places in the world. Unless we do it there and just go, right, nobody cares about your stupid derby. Get over yourselves. You just love Everton. Well, I mean, well, that's fine, mate. That's fine. You're welcome. Well done for Jordan Pickford. The Dundee United is a fun one. Is it? The Crocodile Dundee derby. Dundee United have a hatred of Aberdeen. See, like, this is the bit. This is the bit that I like. I like the fact that it's when teams have got rivalries with other teams for literally no reason. You know, like Sunderland and Cardiff. Sunderland and seemingly Coventry from last season. Sunderland and Leeds. Everyone hates the old firm. Yeah, that's true, actually. That is true. It's times like this the Premier League could play one game season abroad, make it the Merseyside derby in Tenerife or something. Nice weather, beers and hotels. Well, the thing is, it'll be mainly Scousers that will be there. You know, play it in Norway with the rest of the fans. Yeah. Spurs fans hate Newcastle. Well, specifically Shea Given. I mean, that's fine. Lots. I think that was that for his comments about the in the Celtic game. Good time to go to Liverpool if they're all away at the game. Exactly. See what it's all about. If it was in Norway, it would just be Liverpool fans. That was kind of the joke. But yeah, no, I also think that they should have the international match, and it should be like Brentford versus Fulham played in Vienna, or Burnley versus Leeds played in Adelaide, and it'd be like, why is this happening? Right, Corey Thomas is starting to kick off a little bit. Right, we might have to look for another striker. Yeah. Yeah. All right, here's a new game then. Think of a Premier League fixture and send it somewhere else in the world. Where are we going to send teams? Fulham versus Bournemouth and Kuala Lumpur. There we go. That's the one. Sunderland versus West Ham in Kazakhstan. Merseyside derby in Iran. That'll do. Why does Aaron still do the podcast? He even talks about not playing the game anymore. I think because he will play the game eventually, and he likes the crack. He likes just chatting on, same as we do. Like, I'm not a huge FM nerd at the minute. I'm just literally going through the motions with it and streaming it, playing it, but I'm not bothered about learning all the ins and outs and all that sort of stuff. During all the kickoff of, like, this is the worst game ever, blah, blah, I just locked myself away from it. I wasn't getting involved in all that nonsense. So I like doing the Patreon episodes where we don't have to talk about Football Manager. That's the bit that I like. Manchester Derby goes to Greenland. We could do that. Derby versus Cheltenham in Kentucky. Racing. I like it. If Aaron wasn't there, we wouldn't have Aaron's animals. Exactly. Who needs a jingle? I think you're right. Things that Aaron doesn't think are real. Doodaloo. I think Liverpool versus Brighton should be paid in Mogadishu. In a game in Timbuktu. All Newcastle games were played in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Yeah, just get rid of them. Yeah. Send them all there. But also, don't send any opposition teams. Just literally just send Newcastle to Saudi Arabia and just leave them there. Seem fair? Yeah. And then have them go like, but we're not really owned by the Saudis, are we? You know, just see if they really are when they get there. The city or the team. Well, yeah, just send them like all of it. Just get rid of it all. Cost us. I'm not bothered. Man United and Arsenal to Beijing, no match. We just move them out there as well. Yeah, again, I'd be all right with that. I'm all right with the idea of the Super League. Like, literally get rid of the top 6. Start again. But then also send Newcastle as well, just because I know it's weird sending a team that's in the bottom half, but you know, we should just send them away. Who'd be in the new Big 6, whoever's after that, isn't it? Sunderland to continue playing in Sunderland, or would you like sunnier climes? Oh no, I'm happy with where we are. I don't want too much. I don't want sun because I don't like sweat patches. So, you know, just keep us where we are. Each week, Newcastle plays a bunch of 10-year-olds in the kits of the team they were scheduled to play against so they could pretend to be really big. Or, new idea, right? All money gets pulled from the Premier League, right? So no clubs have got loads and loads of money, and then the clubs can only raise money by doing like sponsored fun runs or something, or you know, shaking buckets in Tesco's. And no one's allowed to have like more money than everyone else. So you really like, you know, you get to like a maximum level. I haven't fully thought this through. It's essentially like a wage cap rate or like a money cap. And then you're just stuck. So no gajillionaires can come in and just like, yeah, you're just stuck. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can only spend like 100 million a year or 50 million a year or whatever. It'll drive all the value of players down. It'll drive the wages down. It'll level out because Europe can't pay those sorts of money anyway. And then you'd probably see exactly the same outcome, but at least Eddie Howe would have a rule that he would agree with. Yeah, combined wage and transfers. Yeah, and just like, there'll be a way of exploiting it, of course it will be, but you can only spend the money you raise via fun runs. Hold on, I haven't fully thought this through. My new favourite quote. I'm not one for thinking all the ideas through, Llama. Yeah. I start with an idea and I just follow it through and just see where it ends up. I sound it out as I'm going along. You're all my sounding board. All contracts are null and void at the end of the season. The players can sign for whoever they want. Yeah. And there's like a massive draft like WWE. And then you go like, then do it like the American sports where the best youngster goes to the worst team. So Wolves are going to get whoever the new wonder kid is. And they get him. And they're like, Man City, when they win the league, they have the last pick. I didn't think you had the ability to think anything through to its conclusion, but nice to know it's possible. I'm not saying it's possible. I'm just saying it's plausible, right? Like, theoretically, there must be an endpoint, right? Back down to bloody 12th. Always 12th. Oh. What are you doing? Why are you being daft? We're going to concede from this, aren't we? He's ran the entire length of the pitch there. Mid-table and proud. That's us. That's us. We know what we are. Mid-table mediocrity. We know what we are. It would be nice to not be that once, right? We're always 3 points outside of the playoffs every single week. Right, Lehane. Let's not be greedy. Well, okay. That's reasonable. Let's launch it. I mean, Kettering are going to go top of the table again. So is that a dreadful result to lose 1-0? I mean, we have been battered, but... disallowed, that's fine. I watch a lot of streamers who win games and get promoted, and then you've got TJ. Obviously, I prefer those other streams because they're winning, but this makes a nice change. Yeah. We're doing something different to everyone else, aren't we? Time for a tinker. Oh, you could be right, Llama. You could be right. Um, do we just put him to a centre midfielder, possibly? I wonder if we move these guys inside. Like that. And we maybe have a sort of channel midfielder there, or maybe a second striker in there. Grady Macken, possibly. Do we have two good strikers? Yeah, I mean, we could go with two up top. The only thing that I'm thinking about is I like the defensive, weird to say, the defensive solidity and the tightness. We could go with a 4-5-1 out of possession. We could do that, couldn't we? So we could put Douglas there like that. That's a bit more attacking though, isn't it, really? Isn't Henderson a natural 10? Yeah, he is, yeah. So do we try that then? And maybe take the width out? Pop Henderson in there. Make him a second striker. Second striker is what he wants to be, isn't it? Yeah, second striker, attacking mid. And then Coulson. Playmaker, possibly. Then they can always drop back, can't they? And go wide when needs be. Or even push inside if needs be. Maybe in possession we can have Douglas there. So that's another player that's sort of coming up. So we're quite narrow. We could move Douglas there so he then steps into that role. Try that maybe. Do we think? Then change him just to a normal wing back, possibly. Wing backs and stay wide. But if we've got to stay wide, but we're defending narrow, so would that not counter? Would that not sort of like contradict its own instructions? Up the black cat, says TJ. Says suspect. Absolutely. They'd run wide and attack and sit narrow in defence. Oh, now we're getting into individual instructions, aren't we? This is far too technical for me now. Right, what does this mean? Where do I have to press that? Player instructions. So yes, it's already got wide, hasn't it? Yeah. So they're already doing that. Yeah. Is that not already done? You set them to wide. But how? That's should what we've just done though, isn't it? That's it set to wide. Narrow. Oh, stay wider. Right. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see if that works. You made the weirdest tactic ever. What's your tactic, Archie? Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's have a look at it and see what goes down. Okay, so if we're gonna put him on stay wide, let's see what happens there then. If it doesn't blame Chase, yeah, exactly, yeah, 100%. Like he knows what's going on, right? You know, I rarely take advice because of things like this. FM with John, appreciate the follow, pal. Very kind. So yeah, if it goes wrong, it's all on him. Five, four, one doesn't sound too weird, Archie. Sam Jameson doing good in training. We can't possibly, can we? Do we put O'Grady Mackin back in as well? Right, come on then. Right, this is all on you, Chaser. We get knocked out of this cup, then this is 100% down to you. Nothing to do with how it's essentially my tactic in the first place. And if you win, then of course collectively we all share that and we go, yeah, smart idea that. Predictions, we lose 2-1. Because I don't fully understand what I've done. Your prediction is Chasers vindicated and survives another day. Ooh, that's a bold prediction. Not seeing enough to judge at this point. I'm certainly not aware of enough that's happening. Oh. I mean, that was, yeah, that's worrying. Why is he trying to dribble? Surely we're not telling him to dribble, are we? Right, discouraged from dribbling. Is this the tactic or are the players just a bit shit? It's probably a bit of both, isn't it? It's probably a bit of both. Disallowed. Oh dear. Because what I could do, right? And I know that Shields are a division above us. I could move Douglas back and then put these two back here as well, couldn't I? Right? As they're in possession, he becomes a box to box, which of course we're always going to argue on. And then he becomes the DLP. But then does O'Grady Mack and get further up enough? It's a gung ho for a cautious low block. So what do you mean, Lama? Do we need to be a bit more conservative? Right. So is this like our double pivot essentially? So what we could even do now is we could maybe put Henderson in the 10 and push up to two strikers. Yeah, would that work? Let's have a look and see what happens. Crack Attack, welcome in. Appreciate the raid, buddy. You're playing two defenders in a low block. Felt a little contradictory. Ah, right, okay. So I put him there, and I put him there. And they'll then drop back into defense like that. So that's not necessarily too far. So if we try that. And that gives us an option. Oh, had a vision I was picking out the net there. All right, we've got a bit of space here. All right. Okay, white shirt's coming forward. O'Grady Mackin gives the ball away. Wins it back though. Ball at the top. Coulson. Oh. O'Grady Mackin. Taylor long ball. I mean, knackered wide tracking men and strikers in attack. Yeah. They should be knackered. That's what it should be. We want them to run until their hearts are bleeding. Yeah. Graham's free kick in. Oh, Douglas just wide. Archie, no worries, pal. Nice to have you in. Take it easy. We'll see you soon, hopefully. I'm surprised we're launching the ball as much as we are incautious. Cooper's done well. Keep that in. Bad decision, though. Great challenge. This is more like it, isn't it? Players throwing themselves in. "13 minutes left." Oh, I praised them and they've all got upset. Right. Are they launching it because I've got dribble less on? Maybe it is, isn't it? Devitt inside. Coulson loses it. Devitt. Warrior tries to run the channel. Over the top, Graham. Wins a corner. It's not been a bad performance, is it? Douglas Taylor. O'Grady Mackin. Robinson. Taylor can Coulson get there. Just. Ball's whipped in. Oh! Warrior. At the back post. Wing back on wide. Yeah. I might have changed other roles as well, so let's call it a draw chaser. Yeah. I switched loads of other things up in this tactic. Ball cat on the follow. Appreciate ball cat. I mean, look, there's an accumulation of changes, but I will grant you that wing back was quite wide, so that's maybe part of it. But Warrior was occupying that number 10 spot, and I changed him from a second striker to an attacking midfielder, and he was there at the back post. So collectively, we all won. I'll give you the nod though, Chase. Tim says Chase the technical genius. TJ's done sod all. Often the way. Cool's now for a couple of days. All right, so we save this as Bastard Ball 2.0. So then tweaking that again. So let's go back to what we did change. So we had Cooper, Robinson. Right, so Coulson went there. Henderson went there. Then Devitt and O'Grady Mackin went back, didn't they? So Grady Mackin was a box-to-box. And Devitt was the DLP. And that was a channel forward. Okay. I suppose out of possession, these two maybe sit inside, or when you made the change of the double pivot, did the excellent job of being in the right place. So that's that, isn't it? And then this is either a second striker or just an attacking midfielder. That then gives us a little bit more solidity. If we keep Douglas as a no nonsense, maybe. Isn't that almost TJ Ball? Almost. I think what we could do is in the future we could even get that's TJ Ball when you got that, isn't it? The strikers up the top there. That's uber TJ Ball. So yeah, so we could try that. See if that works. What a miserable football weekend. Benny. You're absolutely wrong, mate. Can't believe you'd suggest there was such a thing as a miserable football weekend. It was a wonderful weekend of football. I'm on cloud 9. Yeah, I'm on cloud 6 easy points. Union have played 5, lost 5. They're so bad. Right, Henderson wants to leave on a free. Look. You've handled this terribly and I'm furious about it. Look, you've said you wanted to leave. So I've said, okay, you can leave. And he's like, well, I don't want that. Right. No worries, Chris. You take it easy as well, my friend. We'll see you very, very soon. Who have we got next then? We got Gainsborough away. I suppose that's fine. If Henderson wants to go, we get rid of Henderson. Clear out the bad eggs. Yeah. Exeter in the FA Cup first round proper. If we make our way to the third round and try and get a money tie. To be honest, first round of the FA Cup was pretty decent for us. Is the first round the furthest we've gone? We got Huddersfield one year, didn't we? First round of the FA Cup, Huddersfield. All right, so the first round's the furthest we've ever gotten. Okay, so look. We're on track to go further in the FA Cup than we've ever been. Let's put Okawarrior in. And I suppose the option to play. We could play O'Grady Mack in there. Actually, that could work, couldn't it? Right, let's put O'Grady Mack in just behind. And then let's put Openda in the centre mid. And we'll punish Henderson for kicking off. Take it easy, Kevin. Pleasure to see you, pal. Because what we need to do is we need to change what's worked in the last match. So away to Gainsborough Trinity. We can work out where they are in the league shortly. 18th. We're 11th. 4 points behind Telford. Oh, almost a goal conceded. I'm wondering, do I press at all? We are getting a bit too much possession. That's the problem, isn't it? You know, we're regrouping, so do we press a bit? Or is that kind of outdoing us? Because then we'll be creating space in behind. Yeah, if I put Cooper going out wide and get Robinson coming inside again, that might help. Keep going, see what we can do. Luffy's on the bacon sarnies. Go on, Luffy. It's a brilliant idea. Graham's coming deep to get the ball. He's all the way back here. Wire intercepts. Devitt. Openda. O'Grady Macken. Graham's on the way through. Got to finish it. Yes, he does. That's more like it. And even then, look at us coming forwards. We've got 2 up top here. 2, 3, 4, 5 in support. 6 in support. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Your team looks much better playing football than bastard ball. Have we evolved? Have we evolved, Llama? Have I? Have we grown up into from adolescence now, maturing? Oh, look at that, Devitt getting in there. Oh, good ball through. Okawoya. Oh, he's got to finish that. Oh, Taylor's had it over the top. So, do you think that I'm better than what I was trying to make them do? Do you think I was holding them back possibly in that sense? Because it is a possible. It's like watching a Pokemon evolve, possibly. It's Mega Dynamax TJ. Or Graham back out of Devitt. Or Pender. Or Grady Macken. Or Pender. 2-0. Llama says, I don't think you're holding them back, but I'm not sure you're playing Brexit ball formation. You don't seem to have a target forward. So trying to get Spurs to be a long ball team. Okay. So it was the wrong type of player, really. If I had that Church lad, that would have worked, wouldn't it? Have him as my Brian Brobby, essentially. If I had a big, strong centre forward to hold the ball up and play off, that would work. Okay. I suppose once we got Braden Graham in, we had to change slightly because he's more of a technical player, isn't he? And Pender's pretty good as well. Strikers are more Phillips than Quins, if that makes sense. That does make sense, yeah. Yeah, they're not going to muscle defenders. I think Graham's what, 5'10" possibly. So, and then Thomas, who's a 6'2". And look at that, still under 40% possessions. That still technically counts. That's a much better performance. Llama, chat. I think you've all done well. Chaser, this one's for you, by the way, with the wing back staying out wide. I'll give you that one. And I think that seems to be really helping. The sit deep and hit on the counter mythology still works, but your strikers seem to get the balls in behind rather than long balls for them to hold up. That's what I was hoping to do. That's what I wanted. So is that what it is now? Is that what we're doing? Bedford at home next, I think. Oh, we got Bedford at home, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, Bedford at home. Interesting to see what we'll do up front then, whether we play. I mean, Lehane's now kicking off. He maybe wants to start as well. But I mean, Coulson's not fit yet, so. Right, let's see what we can come up with then in this match, and then that'll probably be us for the evening, I think. See, what was it? Alfreton. What's happened at church? Is he still there? He's got a new deal. Look at 300 quid he got. He was wanting 1,200 quid, 1,800 quid from us. He saw us coming, didn't he? The only thing I can't really figure out with Tackney is how OGM still seems to be the linchpin when his attributes suggest he will be the washing the kit. I don't understand OGM at all. Like, he's just such an enigma, isn't he? He must have some hidden attribute or something, or player trait. Because, yeah, you would think that he doesn't seem to fit, but here he is. Evening, Tom. How are you, pal? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Enigma is the perfect word. Thank you. Okay, Pie Chef. We like the look of this guy, by the way. There's 14, so let's keep our eyes on him. Bedford is sitting third as well, so this could be interesting to see where we sit against them. I mean, free kick after 4 minutes. Oh, should really be a goal down, to be honest. Very well, Tom. Very well, thank you. Hope you're good too. Oh, they've gone outside. Oh, we're away. We're away. We're away. How's my day been? Day's been alright. Just right. Quite a bit of work to do today. Day job. And then kids were fine enough tonight for bedtime, and then jumping on here, and here we are. Bit of tactical inconsistency, which we may have done a slight tweak. Has it worked? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Hope you've had a good one too. That's when we get them just stepping up a little bit rather than regrouping. Don't want to. Do we dive in and go full press? Because that worked a little bit, didn't it? Is that another PC set behind you? Yeah, no, that's my work. That's my work computer. So day job behind me. So I suppose technically, yes, it is another setup in a sense, but it's a laptop and a dual monitor. Pender draws the foul. I can't possibly say what I do for a living. I mean, I could. Oof. No, I work in training and development, learning and development. Special Agent Jameson. That's me. That's me. I would be, and I'm gonna say this now, I would be a shit spy. Like, I would be rubbish as a spy. And I'm not even gonna pretend I'd be good. Like, I'd be late for a start for most of the spying. Sometimes I'd forget who I was spying on. Oh, maybe this is what I want you to think. Yeah. At least I'm not in marketing. I could do marketing. Newcastle, we're not sports washed, honest. I don't know. Here's a donut, I forgot your warrant. Yeah. Oh, don't you do that again, you cheeky scamp. That's what I'd say. Oh, Pie Chef's missed it. That's why we're trying to get him. Okay, so they're still putting us under pressure. It's mainly their bad finish, and that means we're still 0-0. Let's drop back a bit more again then. Graham's on a 6-3. O'Grady Mackin's on a 6-3. Robinson's not having a great time. Try and do a couple of tweaks there and see how that's going to work. So we move Cooper out wide again. Here's O'Grady Mackin. He's on a 6-2. This is his last chance to make an impact. Corey Thomas. Bindley. Over the top. Well, Corey Thomas picks it up. Inside for O'Grady Mackin. Openda just over the top. Let's put Okawarrior on. Thomas O'Grady Mackin. He's in again. Oh. Slipped to 11th again. 2 points behind Macclesfield, apparently. I mean, I'm presuming, given the fact we've been battered. Oh, hang on. Don't say anything just yet, TJ. Oh, come on. We've given a penalty away. I was going to say, given the fact we've played... Have we deserved to lose that? Oh, probably overall, yes, but it's still a bit disappointing to lose it in the last few seconds, isn't it? We're 11th. 2 points behind Macclesfield. Never mind. It was only 1-0 though, so it's not like it's the end of the world, is it? But yeah, we maybe need a little bit more of the team. So, okay, not a problem. Not a problem. 14 games played. There's what? 46 games. So 32 still to go. 32 still to go. I'm sure at some point we can start moving up the table in a sense. Somehow. Hopefully, possibly. Or maybe we can have another season where we finish 12th. Fingers crossed for that. Yeah, let's call it a night, shall we? It's been fun catching up and chatting. We'll go and hang out with Si Maggio. I might see you Wednesday. Pencil Wednesday. Yeah, take care of yourselves, everyone. Always a pleasure. Speak soon. Bye now.